Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. I'm from the first group of Class 2D Information System. My name is Muhammad Farros Mufid Anwari. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the three important elements in academic writing. The first is footnotes, the second is quotes, and the last is bibliographies. These three tools help us write clearly, give credit to sources, and support our ideas with evidence. So, next slide. The objective of the study. First, we will understand the concept of footnotes, quotes, and bibliographies in academics writing. We will also identify the types and functions of footnotes. The third format, we will know the formats and how to integrate the direct and indirect quotes properly. And the last, we will apply correct usage of footnotes, quotes, and bibliographies in their writing. So, next slide. The material descriptions. So, the first is definitions. First, footnote. Footnote is a note at the bottom of a page providing additional informations, commentary, or citations marked by superscript number. The second, quotations. It is a direct excerpt used to support arguments or reference to the authoritative sources, often for educational or non-commercial purposes. And last is bibliography. It is a list of sources that will reference in a work, usually in the end of the page, including the author, title, publication date, and other details. Next is types of footnotes. There are three types of footnotes. The first is citations footnotes. This shows where a quote or idea came from. The second is explanatory footnotes. This will give an extra details or clarifications to the main text for the reader. And the last is content footnotes. This will expand the topic without disrupting the main text, so the content will often longer than explanatory footnotes. Okay, next. These are the examples. First, the examples of citations. As you can see on the text, John Smith, Economic Change in Digital Era, New York Academic Press 2020, and page 45. These citations add an information about the sources where we get the source. So the second is explanatory. These explanatory footnotes will explain more about the text, and the content we will add the information for our text. Next is the types of quotes. There are three types of quotes. The first is direct quote. It uses the exact word from the source, so we will not change anything from the sources. The second is indirect quotes. We will restating an idea with our words, so we will rephrase the ideas from the source, so it will not similar to the source. And the last is block quotes. Block quotes are often long quotes, more than 40 words, and are formatted separately, so block quotes will be in the separate from the main text. Okay, next. These are the examples of quotes. First is direct quotes. As you can see, there is the name of the writer, the years of the publication year, the page, and second, the indirect quote. And the last is the block quote. Okay, so get to the next slide. Bibliographies. These are bibliographies using APA formats. The first is book. On the book, we will including the last name of the writer, the first name, the publication year, the title, and also the publishers. And second, on the websites, if we get the source from a website, we will include the last name of the writer, the first name, the publication year, the title, the website name, and also the URL. The third is journal article. We will include the last name, the first name, the publication year, the title, the journal name, and also the volume and the pages. Last is research paper. We will include the last name and the first name, and then we'll add the publication year and the title, often adding the university name. So these are the example of bibliographies on book Smith J 2020. The title is The Power of Learning Academic, The Power of Learning, and the publisher is Academic Press. In website, as you can see in the last, there is the URL of the websites, the journal article, and the research paper. Okay, gets to the next slide. Understanding the quotes. So, what is the difference between direct quotes and indirect quotes? The first is, direct quotes is the original words. So, direct quotes will copy exact word from a source enclosed in quotation marks. We will use direct quotes when the original wording is strong and unique, and we want to emphasize an expert's statement credibility. So if an expert want to stating something and we want to take that, we will not use indirect quotes. And what if indirect quotes? We will use indirect quotes when we want to restate an idea with our own words, keeping the original meaning, and we will use it when simplifying or summarizing the informations, and we want to smoothly integrating a source into our writing. Next, these are the example of direct and indirect quotes. Okay, next, how to properly integrating quotations. First, introduce. Always introduce a quote to give a context and avoid dropping a quote without context. And the second is blend the quotes. And if we want to blend the quote, we will use indirect quotes. So make the quote a natural part of your sentence. So when the readers want to read the text, it feels natural and doesn't feel different. Okay, so next slide. These are the common mistakes in using quotations. First is overusing quotes, incorrect citations, and failing to introduce or explain quotes, changing the quote's meaning. So if we are students, we have to check also the common mistakes so we will not fall into it anymore. Okay, so before we end our presentation, let's check the exercises. The first question is, what is the characteristic of quotes and bibliographies? Any answers? Okay, the answer is, quotes is included inside the text, and it only contains the name of the authors and year of the publication. So the purpose of quote is to give an evidence by referencing to the sources. On the other hand, bibliographies, it is a detailed list of all the sources that we gather when we making our paper. So it will contain more specific details like name of the authors, the years, the title, the publishers, and the others. The purpose is to give an credit to the original authors and allow the reader to read also from the sources. Okay, so the next question is, mention citation styles and the fields that are commonly used. Okay, In the presentations, we have explained the APA styles. So, APA styles commonly used by psychological, education, and social science. The second is MLA, Modern Language Association. It is commonly used in the field of humanities, literature, and arts. The third and the last is Chicago. It is commonly used by history, business, and fine arts. The last questions. What is the difference in using manually, automatically, and manually? The answer is, when using manually, automatically, we just have to drag and drop the PDF files, and it will automatically do the work and generate the citations based on the PDF that we send it. So using manually automatically can save our time, but if you are using manually, you have to input all of the information about the references yourself, and it often to consume a lot of your time. So choose your decisions. Okay guys, I think that's enough for my presentations. Hope you enjoy it and hope you understand these presentations. I think that's enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.